Okay. Again, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone's participation. And thank you again. Thank you very much, everyone. All your participations and making time and make effort, joyful effort to the teaching. Thank you. Thank you. And this morning, we're going to go have two sessions. First session is I'm going to talk continuous on the teachings of the great master, His Holiness Dudjom Rinpoche teaching. Second session will be the practice of healing practices and as well as Dharmapala and prayers for all those who requested to do some prayers and thinking of them, and as well as everyone, we do those prayers and dedicating the merits. Those are the two sections that we will follow. First, again, the teaching. We go to teaching. And that is, again, as I said, continuation teaching that His Holiness Dudjom Rinpoche teaching that we've been going through. I think many of you may be participating. Like since last year, we're really going on. But why is it taking so long in this short container? And we're going a little thoroughly, a little detailed, and slowly, so that will is absorbed in our heart and mind, the teaching of the Buddha Dharma, or some degree reactivating your beautiful, precious memories that you received from many great masters, one after another, and trying to kind of bring them up of the vivid state as much as we can. That's the whole intention, how we're doing this slowly kind of walking that. So in that context, again, in order to receive the teaching, again, in the teaching always, whether you're studying, contemplating, or the meditating, always have the beautiful motivations, intentions. That is joy and appreciations. Joy and appreciation, many reasons we activated that. And together with this, bodhicitta, kindness, compassion, thought for all living beings, remove the suffering, the difficulty, troubles of everyone, or, in other words, removing all the suffering, difficulties of the cause of a suffering truth and a suffering truth, completely eliminated that forever. Really wishing that from the heart. And then, together with this, purity realization, purity and understanding of the Vajrayana teachings. So kind of activate all those are also we receive teachings. We all receive teachings, so not just leave that on the side somewhere, but to really bring up that vividly in the right now, moment, just bring up those. Those are practices. Those are not just a practice, heart of the practices, foundation of the practices, central column of our practice or journey to the Buddhahood, enlightenment. So therefore, we should not miss the point, the true essence of the dharmas. With those thoughts, again, we go continually on the teachings on this, that, and yes, again, we are on the last line of this first page, and we discussed about the teachers yesterday. All the variety of different teachers according to Buddha teaching in the context of the three yanas or Vinaya teachings, Sutra Mahayana teaching, and the Vajrayana teachings. Those are qualifications in it explained in the teaching. And again, we went yesterday. Generally, there is about 4 different categories of teachers. We're talking about the ordinary teachers. Ordinary teachers. That means many of the teachers can be still regular sentient beings, as like many of we. We are simple human beings. We are all human beings. Maybe many of those are really just simple human beings. Therefore, teaching is something important in the teaching said in the Buddhism. Therefore, the qualification of teacher or good teacher is good for the practitioners if we like to do. So those are, for that reason, gracious teacher, Buddha highlighted all those qualifications, how the good teachers are. And those are, we went yesterday. Again, there's more than what we mentioned or what I said yesterday. There's really many. I'm sure many of you already know those things. But I went to highlight of those 3 different groups, as I said. And now there's maybe too many 2 minutes, I didn't kind of figure out all that. How that is also summarized by the great master, Khenpo Rinpoche. He summarized this. In briefly, this all can be in these following points, following statements. And that is, again, I will list that and then go over. I mean, of course, you will know what I mean. I'm saying you will know that. And the fourth one is one or teacher, one who maintains or keeping the vows and the samayas. That is one. Teacher, one who is keeping the vows and the samayas. And the second is teacher that have the lineage teachings. Lineage teachings. And the third, that lineage teaching is not spoiled or interrupted or tarnished as the golden chains. Tarnished, third. Fourth one, that teacher who has knowledge of the Buddha's teachings of the kanjur and the danger, or kwa, temchu, and the Jew in the teaching said, so, or Great Master Khenpo Rinpoche said, that means that all the Buddha teachings, Sutra teachings, and Tantra teachings, as well as commentary teachings, some degree knowledge they have. Knowledge, they have that teaching. The last one is very kindness, compassionate. Compassionate. Those are the highlighted and summarized qualities of the teachers. All those what we went yesterday can be summarized onto that. This. First is that teacher who is maintaining to the vows and samayas. That depends the teacher, if that teacher is upasakas, or male and females. Although the teacher is a Bodhi Mahayana practitioner, and then Bodhicitta vows, or Bodhisattva vows. If that teacher is a practitioner of the Vajrayana teaching, and then Vajrayana vows and the samayas. So, maintaining those. And those are all listed in the teaching that many of you know that. So I'm not going to talk over those things, but those samaya and vows are keeping quite the good intact status. Second is the lineages. Lineage teaching that started from the Buddha Samhita Brothers, or Buddha Vajradharas, all the way until now. That lineage teaching is not, what in the teaching usually say, the golden chain of the lineage, not tarnished or broken. Pure lineage teaching. The authentic lineage teaching is not just making up things and spreading that, but it's truly, there's no dogma, there's no immediately, directly, it's continuation teachings. Those lineage teachings are then, so that's not tarnished, not interrupted. And then next one is what's called did I mention that there's this third one who have the lineage instructions and pith instructions? I said that? No, that's really the third one. Then third one. So please insert that. Third one, who have the pith instruction and the lineage instructions. Maintain that. So that means these lineages, such as from the mind-to-mind transmission lineages, symbolic transmission lineage, oral transmission lineage, and the Kama instructions, Dharma instructions, all that maintained, well kept, and who received. And that means that teacher is also practices, meditating on those topics, and some degree have realizations. And then that teach, the next one, the fourth one, is then have the knowledge of the Buddha's teachings, on the teachings and as well as commentaries. All the Tantra and Sutras and commentary teachings, some knowledges. And then the fifth one is kindness and compassionate ones. Kindness and compassionate ones. Those are the summarized qualifications of the qualified teachers, whether that is man or that is woman. And that also what in the great Master Khenpo Rinpoche said in the teaching said, in the words of my perfect teacher, whenever you know and read that. At the very beginning of that, one of the sections, how to contact the teacher or how to search the teacher. At that beginning of that, he said, the teacher, one is contacted so many great masters. Teacher, one who is in contact with many great masters, according to their instructions, practice and meditate it. And now that teacher is authentically sharing that teaching to the others who are interested. To that great teacher, I pay homage. That's great Master Khenpo Rinpoche said. So that also indicating teacher is practitioners, or teachers are practitioners. Teachers are receive so many teachings, the content with qualified teachers. As they practice, as they receive the teaching, now they're sharing that to the others, those who are interested. To that gracious teacher, or unequaled, what great Master Khenpo Rinpoche said, unequaled, the gracious teacher, I pay homage. I pay respect. So that is what the teacher is. That means also teacher is not enlightened, as we said. It's human beings. Teachers are human beings. But they're doing the best practices. And with those are the qualifications. Now we mentioned very kind of little bit detail on the way, in one way, detail, even though there's many, about the qualified teachers. But then also in the Buddha teaching, said qualified students. That is also important. To make sure this connection, relationship between student and a teacher is long-lasting connections. Not just for short times, or lunch breaks, or just 1 week, or day breaks or something. It's long-lasting connections, according to Buddhism. It is. And whether there, for example, the teacher is alive, or teacher is still past, or entered the Nirvana, your root teacher will be the root teacher, according to Buddhism, until we reach enlightenment. But therefore, it always, I'm sure you read in the books, that you heard that. I hold that my teacher, gracious teacher, until I reach the enlightenment. And please hold me throughout my lives, guide me throughout the lives, so let me be sure that I reach enlightenment. Those are the really prayers, those devotional prayers. When you reach the qualified, when you had the contact, that contact. So, teacher, again, a student, there is so many explanations of the qualifications of the students, that qualifications. But whatever, to summarize that, again, what great Master Arya Deva, foremost disciple of the Nagarjuna, he highlighted these 3 ways, simple 3 ways. That disciple or that listener, he said, listeners, that means who are going to receive the teaching. Listener, first is very honest. First, honesty and smart and genuine interested to the teaching. Those 3 are the qualities. Zunni, Lodi, Tunyarva. Khenpo Rinpoche, that is a vessel to transfer the teachings. Zunne means what? In the Tibetan word Zunne, I translated honest. But it also means the very open mind. It means open mind, relaxed, not partiality, not so kind of extreme. Not just a kind of like, oh, I'm the best, or they're the bad. Kind of that attitude. Open mind, honest, calm, and peaceful. Open mind. And the Lodi in the Tibet word, I translated smart. Smart means have the knowledge, or distinctive knowledge, what is good, what is bad, what is wrong. So that means full of common sense. Nice, basic, good common sense. Which is good, which is bad, or this is right, this is not correct. Correct. Kind of that distinctly, clearly shining the intelligence in the heart and the mind. Mind. That is distinctive. The Lodi, smartness. And then third, call it Dongyal in the translate. I said, who are keen interested on the learning and practicing Dharma. Keen interested. Not just a kind of like, oh, I'm trying, I'm going to think this, that. But very strong determination. Read all the life story of the ancient, those great practitioners. How really they also explore their loyalty, their dedication, their determination, their courage, their commitment, their patience. How they did. All those great masters we read in the books and life stories, they not come as great masters. They become as great masters because of the pursuing their keen interest of that. Never give up that. Never left it. Continue to maintain and hold. Stay on the tracks. Not just a one-day show, 2-day shows, or just testing that. But really maintain it. And a loyalty. Loyalty to the teaching, loyalty to the Dharma, and loyalty to the teacher. And then loyalty to the lineages. This means, that, again, it's not something that we are dragging ourselves, forcing ourselves. The general Buddha teaching, all is loving kindness, compassion, respect, and appreciations, calm and peaceful, and as well as it's receiving and giving. It's not some kind of trapped or something, or we have to be loyalty, we have to be strong. It's not the tormented. It's not something that is totally kind of desperate situation. When we keep up this, it opens our heart and mind. Our courage and commitment and patient growth deepens. All negativities and obscurations are really going away. Going away. With that more sunlight, the sunlight in our horizon of the ego-clinging mountains are more now beginning to see. Coming to shine. And that is what in the teaching said. So therefore, those are the simple, condensed qualifications of the students, practitioners. Now, when you have that student, or when you have meet the teacher, when you have the qualified teacher, and when you begin to practice this, what great master or in the teaching always said. But generally, what in the teaching is that you can read in the words of my perfect teachers. First, what it said, the student should be expert to searching the perfect teachers. And those are all we went through, in a way, all the qualifications. Once you got the qualification teachers, be expert with the contact with the teachers. Be expert. That is important. Now we have to keep the relationships, connection with the teacher. As I said earlier, or in Buddhism, It's not short time, but it's long time until we reach the enlightenment, Buddhahood. So we keep that connection. Therefore, be expert. Contact with the teacher. Again, that is teaching, so many teachings in the Buddha teaching mentioned, always really mentioned. What in the sutra called Dungpo Gopa Sutras. And there, Buddha said there's 4 different intentions you should contact with the teachers. 4 intentions ways. First intention, that student or practitioners, we should see teacher as expert doctor, MD. Ourselves, we should see as patients. And you should see Dharma as medicine. Dharma as medicines. Practicing Dharma as taking medicine to remove the sicknesses. So those are, by gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni, you should contact the teacher with the 4 different intentions. Those 4 different intentions. Should. Then in that teaching said, teacher should see as warriors. When we are going to the difficult jungles or the difficult passages, and a warrior will protect us as protector that will go through those passages. And the teacher, we should see teacher as sailors, captains, sailors, those qualified teachers. And then, of course, each time intention, those are one after. I won't go over that, but you can connect that. So that means we should see, for example, like warrior, we should see ourselves as like travelers, so forth. I mean, with those intention that. And then what the great master, Ngurcho Tomi, one who taught, I mean, is very famous teaching, 37 practices of the Bodhisattvas. In that teaching, what he said? He said, whom I contract whom I contract, that means referring to this teacher. Qualified teacher, when I contract, it will demolishing or reducing my negativities and increasing all the good qualities. What that means, good qualities? In the Buddhism, good qualities are the quality of the moralities, quality of the concentrations, qualities of the wisdoms, or qualities of the knowledge of the Buddha teachings, and quality of the realization, longer chu, tokwa chu, longer yonti, tokwa yonti in the Tibetan. They are coming as like waxing moons, increasing. That spiritual friend, practitioners should honor as one's own body and contract one's own dear, see as dear as one's own body. That is the practice of the Bodhisattvas. The great master, I mean, you know, many of you started that teaching. That is contract like that. So this is one. And therefore, then when you contract, what I do, often in the practice of lineages, trying to do three different ways. Make connection with the material offerings. Make connection with the support of the physical, verbally, mentally. And make offerings through the practices. Those are the 3 different ways to contracting and keeping the connection with the teacher. And first is material offerings, or the gifts, or whatever. And the second is your services, helping, supporting. That teacher, you remember, is also human beings. Maybe need some supporters, helpers. Not just receive the teaching and then leave, kind of neglected as like unnecessary, not unimportant, but also help and support to that. That teachers wish and teachers go according to your capability or readiness. So that is the second offerings or second. Third one is or the best one is then practice, offering of the practices. Practice meditation, studying the teaching, learn that, really hold the lineage teachings. Maintain the lineage teaching. What in the teaching said, what the great masters in the teaching often said, be as the honey bees, extracting the honey from the flowers without hurting the flowers. Be expert as honey bees. The student, so that means got all the honey and benefit, but same time left the beauty of the flower and the spreading of the pollens. That means teachings, the messages spreading out. Like be expert, be as honeys. Honey bees. That's what really said, to contact the teachers. Contact, and that you're keeping relationship, we are keeping not just you, we are keeping our lineage, the relationship to the teacher, we are keeping our legacy, and at the same time upholding the supreme wish of our great masters, great teachers. So that is how we contract. And then here said, for example, here, what is said here, in particularly devotion to the root teachers. This, what means root teacher? This is in the Vajrayana teaching, but also is not just only Vajrayana, and generally the principal teacher, something that your important teacher to you, something important for you, your growth of the knowledge and wisdoms. That is called root teacher. In Vajrayana teaching, root teaching, how you refer? That root teacher is one who gives the empowerment and transmission, one who gives not she or he, either can, and one who give the explanation of the teaching, and one who gives the pith instructions. So one called Jufye Mengatung, that's what the teaching says. So means one who gives the empowerment and the transmissions, one who explains the teachings, and then one who gives also pith instructions or the ultimate instructions of the lineage teaching, transferring. Those are named as root teachers. So, to that connect to that, and then I said you should contact with the teacher with the respect and appreciations, and the joy and the devotions. That you all know. That's known as devotions. Devotion is, I think, stronger than the faith, or stronger and is more deeper. That in Tibet you have two words, Tepa then Mugu. Two words. Tepa means faith. Faith, I think faith. Those are faiths are what in the teaching said, the interesting faith, desiring faith, and unshakable faith, undefeatable faith, or no return faith. Those are the category that then you develop the faith. Then when the fourth one or third one comes, then it becomes the devotions, the precious richness, and connected with affections and really appreciations, not just I like this and that, but something that bounded deeper levels with the appreciation, respect, and loving kindness to each other. Those are, I think, devotions. So that those are what here His Holiness Dudjom Rinpoche said, and it's not just a hymn, but is that when we have that devotion, when we have that connection to the teacher, with the very loyalty connection to the teacher, to the lineage, that is known as rich of the practitioners. Why is it called the richness? Because when we have that, the growth of the realization is now coming up, not drying up. is lashing, as a booming, as a spring. Spring is really coming up. Then it makes rich, our heart rich, realization rich, knowledge rich, experience rich, common sense rich, and our ego clingings and all the negative emotions are going down and down. We are more grounded down to the earth, more humble, more simple, more respectful, more appreciative. It's really begin to see the beauty of this world, learn and grow, and the importance of everyone. Those all the abundance of knowledge, the riches are shining in our heart and mind. That is wealth. This is not wealth of the material, something that we earn and we pay and hope and then kind of lost it and we leave. But this rich, according to Buddhism, this rich, we will leave this world with this rich. We leave this world, not going to leave behind everything. This rich going to come with us. Really, according to teaching, this will make ourselves rich on the pardo. This will make rich on the future lives. This is according, and this, that. And all the negativities are decreasing. Negative obscurations. All the merituries are increasing. We leave that with that. True merits are what great Master Chandrakirti used as the wings of the bird. We fly with that merits. We shed away all the unnecessary burdens of the negative emotions, lighten up, clear away those things, really according. So that is what this rich is. Rich is. And so maybe I'll stop here today here, because I think our time that, and then I go continually like this, slowly, and then we through this, go this over the teachings. Okay. Thank you very much again for your participation. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Now we do, as I said, the first session, we do just one short dedication prayer, and then after that we do the healing practice, or the second session. So we do short dedication prayer, and again, this maneuver, and by heart, I think just one verse. This is in the Buddha teaching. This is the Buddha's word, this teaching, this first one we joined is Buddha's word. It is according to teaching. It is in the Lalita Vasuta Sutras. Buddha says long life story of the Buddha's teaching. Also, in a way, it is autobiography of the Buddhas. In there, I think this is word is. So we join this values. By this merit, may all obtain the omniscient, may defeat the wrongdoing, from the stormy waves of the birth, old age, and sickness and death, from the ocean of the samsara, may I free all beings. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for your participation. Thank you.